Hi guys, welcome back to Real Talk with Stef. This is our first episode for 2020 and I'm super excited to bring you these episodes weekly to help you in regards to your health and fitness journey and to keep you on track throughout the year. 2020 is going to be the best decade of your life and I am so thrilled to be bringing you our first episode. So as the new year has kicked off, I'm hoping that we are feeling relaxed, rejuvenated and stress-free. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is cortisol. What is it and how does it affect us? Cortisol is the hormone that acts as the neurotransmitter messenger chemical to our brain in our nervous system. Our bodies produce this during stressful and life-threatening situations so that it can help us face them. So this is what is called the stress hormone. So I'm hoping that kicking off the beginning of the year that we are not too stressed out, that we've maybe been able to have a break. But I think this is a really good topic to bring up so that you know how to deal with it going into the stressful situations throughout the year. Studies have shown that moderate levels of cortisol is good for our health. As we need it for those fight and flight situations. However, although the amount of cortisol is highly regulated through our body, sometimes we can produce too much or too little for those situations. If you're feeling stressed, what are some things that we can do to reduce those cortisol levels that aren't being regulated through our body properly? I wanted to go through those with you today, and I hope that these can help you down the track when we are dealing with a few of those situations. Number one is, it's quite a hard one I suppose to start off with, is we need to learn to cope better. And I know that's a very forward thing to say, or finding ways to deal with those situations better. So for instance, a few weeks ago I started meditation and it's a hard thing to learn, and there's so many apps out there that you can get advice on and sort of help you into that meditation. But I find that this might be actually a really good tool for me going into 2020 in situations where I might feel stressed, that if I spend some time in the morning or in the evening meditating, that can actually just help with my cortisol levels. So that is one way that I will be using to cope better in those situations. But like a lot of things that happen in our bodies, what we eat can actually affect our levels. So having a good balanced diet is really important. There's certain foods that can help stabilize our cortisol levels. They're things like dark chocolate, bananas, pears, green tea, and probiotics that can be found in yogurt. So keeping those things in our diets can actually help with our cortisol levels. So that's one really good thing to keep in mind. Number 3 is super important and it's super easy, and that's drinking a lot of water. Keeping our hydration up is going to be really beneficial for our stress levels. And as we know that we should be having, 8 glasses of water a day or 2 to 3 liters depending on the size of our bodies. So that's something that's super easy because we should be already doing that. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is getting good quality sleep. Having good sleep can actually reduce the level of cortisol, our stress level. So make sure we get good quality sleep and get a certain amount of time. If we can keep that up every single night, then those cortisol levels will stay at a stable level. Last but not least, of course, I'm going to mention it, and that is exercise. Having exercise in our daily routine is going to keep our stress at a stable level. So I have gone on about this in the past, that our exercise is a really good way to de-stress. So make sure you include that in your daily regime, because it's something that's really quite easy to do in the sense that you turn up and you can spend 30, 45 or 60 minutes working out and feeling heaps better. So there are a few of the natural ways to help reduce our cortisol levels and keep them at a stable level as we get into those situations, especially down the track into the middle of the year and things like that. But I really hope that helped, and I hope that we can start off 2020 in a stress-free environment so that you can get the most out of your year. So that was Real Talk today with Steph, and I look forward to seeing you all next week for episode 2.